Good morning, hope you're all well. We have another good week training hard, and I'm here in London. Where I see this is not the normal room with a nice England flag. Maybe I should have brought it with me. I'm in the hotel in London, and we're getting ready. I race. In fact, as you're watching this, I'll have raced the 100 freestyle already. I'll have probably just raced the 100 fly heat. And then if you are watching this on Friday, you'll be just in time to go and watch the 100 fly final, which I ought to make. I'd better make. And then I've got 50 freestyle Saturday, 50 fly on Sunday. So pretty busy racing really. I've had nothing these first 2 days. Came down on the Monday, nice and relaxed, and then gearing up now. So what I've got for you is a video from last Wednesday morning. So we did a stand-up. I did a stand-up swim, stand-up 100 fly. This race is about 7:30 in the morning, so pretty early to be swimming really fast, and we'll get it up now. So I'm here in lane 2, and then this lad here in lane 3 is a lad called Sam. So he's going to race me on the first 50. There's a lad called Josh who's going to race me on the second 50. So it's quite good. They came stopped in after their session to race me, and I was good there, really good, happy with that start. Off Lewis's watch I was 4.8 to 15, which is pretty good, and then 10.1 to 25, which again is pretty good. I really like the stroke there. I think I'm flowing well. Stroke rates there are 57 into 54, so maybe dropping a little bit that second half. A little bit close on that wall there, but out 24.3, which is really good for this early in the morning. Those last couple of kicks a little bit lethargic, didn't really get that pop that we would have wanted. But what was I there? 7.5 to 15, then 13.4 through 25. But here, as Josh kind of streaks away, I'm getting a lot of his waves, and that's kind of smashing me about. These breaths, I think, are getting a little bit high, but I think that's also from all that kind of moving water. And coming there, touch in 53.1. So it's okay. Time-wise is okay. It's faster than I've been all season in the actual races, and we've still got a lot of tools to introduce that's going to make that even faster, and that's what we're going to get into now. So I've kind of made a list of things that we can do as athletes that are going to help us improve kind of come race day. And now the main one is going to be taper. So taper is basically us freshening ourselves off and getting ready for racing, kind of mentally and physically ready to execute that perfect race on race day. Now this has the advantage really that the whole cycle is built around the race. So for me on Friday, that's the race that everything's kind of built up around, not around this random Wednesday morning or any of the meets that we've done beforehand. So all the work is periodised up to that point so that the race day is the fastest. Now taper is the last bit of that, where we remove the fatigue, maintain the fitness. And when we talk about fitness, it's kind of the speed endurance, lactate production, VO2 max, kind of all those qualities make up fitness. And then we kind of reduce the fatigue whilst maintaining that so that we can race fast come race day. Now the next one is going to be a big one. It's going to be the shaving down. So I've got all this to get rid of. I've got all the body hair. I'm going to have a haircut because look at all this horrendous mop. That's why it has to stay under the nice gingham swimming hat. And again, that's going to make a difference. It's not only about removing the hair, it's also that kind of top layer of skin gets removed as well, so that we feel quick and we feel like when you jump in the water, when you dive in the race and you jump in for the warm-up, you feel like the water kind of rushes off you. You just feel like it's race time. And I think that has a massive psychological benefit as well as whatever physical benefit it will have. And especially for me now, I feel like this it contains so much water, just drags so much water with it, that when it's gone, I'll just feel quick. One of the other ones is going to be caffeine. So for this stand-up that we've just seen, I think I had 100 mgs of caffeine beforehand, just in that chewing gum, which kind of is not a lot. Probably on race day I'll be 300, 350 maybe. And my caffeine tolerance has gone up quite a lot recently as I've been using caffeine more and more for the training. I'm going to need more for racing to feel that effect. But again, it's one of those things that we can add in that's going to make us kind of a bit more alert, a bit more focused, a bit more energy, and kind of less fatigue. Another one that's going to help with less fatigue is going to be bicarb. So I've got my pot just here. So sodium bicarbonate I've put into, so I've got I'm going to do a whole video on this at some point I think, but I've just got a pill in, like a capsule filling device, and I just use that to fill these capsules with sodium bicarbonate, which acts as a lactate buffer. So lactic acid is obviously acidic, the sodium bicarbonate is alkaline, and then they, in theory, cancel out and you don't feel that lactic acid burn. So the dose is kind of weight dependent, but I always feel a massive difference using it, and I've used it kind of sporadically throughout the last year, and I always feel like I am better with it. Like when I swam my 49 short course, I used it then, even though it was a morning swim, because obviously it was the only swim of the day, and so it's has a big performance impact, and I didn't have any for this swim in the morning, which I think is why then, as well as the Josh smashing me with all his waves, that I also died a little bit, dropped off. You see the body position kind of go a little bit more vertical, and I think that's because the lactic acid kind of is hitting me. Another thing that we can use is the racing suit. So we had a time a couple of years ago where the first race of the season short course was no suit, then a suit, and then everything we added these kind of things as we went, so that every race got naturally quicker. And I've got a new suit for the racing this week, so thanks to Arena and Solar Sport, who have kind of kitted me out with that, supplied me with a brand new Arena Primo for this. So I think it probably is my favourite suit kind of out there at the minute that I've tried. I really like it, so brand new one. And again, a lot of that's psychological. You've got the new suit on, shaved, you had your caffeine, you've had your bicarb, we're ready to go. And the last one is going to be then the schedule. So because the finals are in an evening, we as humans are generally designed to be better performing in an afternoon and evening than we are in the morning. So again, that's just another thing that's going to help us naturally get better without having to force it. And what I started to say earlier was we had a season where the first meet was no caffeine, really high volume program, so loads of races, no racing suits, just in our normal training trunks. Then the next meet was then and no rest. The next meet was old trunks, maybe a little bit of caffeine, but probably that's it. Next meet then was we went like suits again, but then a bit of caffeine, a little bit of rest. And then we had books where we kind of rested almost fully for, and then we had nationals where we did rest fully for. So it was like those 5 meets, each one was naturally faster than the last one, but without you having to think, oh, what am I going to do to improve? Because it's all these natural things. And I think that's actually a really good way, particularly starting the season, of setting it up where we can think just about our process and our skills early on, then we add these extra performance boosting factors, so that come the meet that we're peaking for, we've kind of got all that banked up, and then our performance kind of is a given. But yeah, I think that'll do from me for today. So a bit of a short one. I hope you found it useful, kind of a few things that maybe you've not thought of that you can add into your training, kind of going forwards and into your taper and into your races, kind of being aware of all these things. You can go to my website for mentoring, session plans and race analysis, especially with all these meets coming up. Get yourself some race analysis. That's jingramswimming.com. And then any supplements, I'm going to be using some, obviously, this all through this week. Applied nutrition for the informed sport supplements in particular. You can use Jingram for 20% off. And then Izzy's still got a line up on Amazon. Search Please Don't Drown Club and I'll be there. But yeah, that's it from me. I'll see you next time. Cheers.